There are two things. Try and identify that. One is stakeholder management. The other is how do you treat them? So what I think was around stakeholder management, or how do you go about pushing them to do work for you, or how do you get work done from them, which is more around program management. Okay, that's another skill, and one of those very hot skills that are selling out there right now. Okay, program management is. EQ is a very softer aspect, not something that you can mention on your CV. Talk about it, and in fact, and even talking about it will not, mean that you have high EQ. So for you to actually, for somebody to assess if you have EQ is only through, probably those culture rounds that a lot of companies are doing lately, which have those very specific questions around, what is it? Situational questions, very, very situational questions about, say, people, about yourself, and so there are different ways of assessing EQ, but you can't put it on your CV for sure. But program management is something that you can, and while of course there are a few certifications that you can go about doing on program management, I would still ask you to refrain from doing it right now, but read about it, then see if that's something that you want to do, or if you probably just come across a role like that and then you have to do program management. Honestly, I think all of us eventually become program managements, because we are all managing our stakeholders and getting things done. It's just about taking higher ownership about a particular project and getting it to fruition, or finally getting it delivered. But program management is one skill that you can build upon. EQ is something that you will need to, it's not a skill, it's a softer aspect that again can be built, but you will have to read about it. So there's this guy called Daniel Coleman who actually coined this term. And while one can be trained, and it can be built, or it can be acquired, EQ can be acquired. A lot of the times EQ actually comes in naturally, innately to a lot of people. That helps. So probably try and understand and see, or maybe there are quite a few tests to understand how good you are at EQ. Like IQ, right? You can also do EQ scores. Maybe go and check that. Take one of these tests. You'll have innumerable such tests. Take a couple of these tests and see where do you stand, what do you do, and what is it that you can improve. And I think there are 5 elements to it. It says self-awareness. There's also, how good are you with controlling your own emotions, about understanding others' emotions. It has some 4-5 elements to it. Just try and read about it, and that will give you a fair idea what EQ is.